We are on the NCL Prima doing an epic 11-night cruise. We're coming to the end of it, but so far we've explored London, Bruges, Amsterdam, Bergen, Granger, Ålesund, Akureyri, and now we're in Isafjordur. And if you're new here, we're Emma, Jack, and Poppy. Today we'll be exploring the town, trying out a brewery, and exploring a local museum, so let's get out and let's live a little. Okay, we are in Isafjord today. Yeah, no, note it at the bottom. I apologize if I butcher any of these names. I'm not great at them. We don't have much planned for today. We're gonna kind of just explore the town a little bit. I know there's a few museums. We'll see which ones we can do with little Miss Poppy. And there's a brewery. So hopefully the brewery's open in a little bit and we'll go get a beer and try the beer out and walk around the town and explore some.
It's beautiful.
It's really foggy so far this morning, but it's supposed to lift and it's just starting to lift up over here, and it's kind of making it a little bit more magical by the fact that like we can't really see anything, and now all of a sudden the fog is starting to lift and we're seeing this beautiful landscape. Okay, so let's go, let's explore.
We found the brewery.
Found it already, 2 seconds from the ship.
Yep, we'll be there.
We'll check and see what time it opens. So the brewery doesn't open until 11, a little over an hour from now. So let's go into town, explore town a little bit, and then we'll definitely be back here trying some beer. Let's go. We walked towards the center of where town kind of starts, where there's some shops and everything. Went in a few stores, did a little bit of shopping, walked on this fabulous Rainbow Road, which was, I think, Poppy's highlight of the whole trip. She thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I mean, I don't blame her. How do you not see this and just smile? It's just kind of really fun. So we're starting the day by just going into a bunch of the shops along the main strip. They're open. Not all the museums are open, so we're starting with shopping. Let's go. Isafjordur is located in the northwest part of Iceland, and it is the largest settlement in the Western Fjords region. The town has a population of about 2,600 people, and it's known for its beautiful surroundings, which you'll see once this fog lifts. It also has rich culture, heritage, and opportunities for outdoor activities. One of the things that you could do while you're here in town is there's a hike up this mountain right behind me. I don't think we're going to do it today because we have the stroller and everybody's a little tired. And there's also a decent amount of fog, so I'm not so sure if we're going to actually be able to see too much. It goes about a little less than halfway up this mountain here. We'll show it right now. The town became an important trading and fishing center during the 16th century. Seafood still makes up a large portion of the local diet. The bright buildings of the historic district date back to the 18th century, and they were trading posts, homes, as well as warehouses. Isafjordur was one of the largest fisheries in Iceland till the decline of fish, as well as fishing restrictions and more prominent fisheries in Reykjavik. There is a really nice walk along the water here as well. If you have a nice day, that cloud layer is finally starting to lift. Hopefully it'll warm up a little bit too, but definitely a nice little walk along the water. The fog is finally starting to lift, giving us a little peek into what these mountains look like. Starting to see the top of this mountain, which looks totally different now. Starting to become a very pretty day. I'm kind of in love with this greenhouse. It's beautiful.
It's an Icelandic barndominium.
Are you excited the sun's starting to come out?
Yes. And also, before I forget, you pay the tolls in Iceland via this app, at least for this one. And for yesterday when we were at Akureyri, it was 3,980 Icelandic krona, which is how much?
Okay, I'll look it up. The price of the tolls, we did the tunnel twice, which ended up saving us like almost 20 minutes. And the price for those tolls were $28.50 basically for both ways. So honestly kind of worth it because then we weren't on the road for as long and gas-wise and everything as well, but not too bad. There's a lot of playgrounds that are great for kids to get some of that energy out in this town. This is probably like the fifth one we've walked by. Great for the big kids too.
Emma?
Oh, little chihuahua just scared the living daylights out of me. I just jumped so high.
Yep.
He's in there. He's very small.
Sky is completely opened up.
That's way more mountain than I thought was going to be up there. That's way more mountain than I thought was going to be up on this hill is what I thought it was.
That little
be.
overlook walk is really not that much.
So that hike I said maybe goes up 1/6 of the mountain, I would say. Not half at all. It's way taller than I thought now that the clouds are starting to lift.
Yeah. You can't even see it where it ends right now. Look at this. Scooby-Doo's driving it.
Okay, so we've walked around a decent amount now that the sun is coming out, which I'm so happy about. We are going to go head over to the brewery, have some beer at the brewery, and then there was a museum right there. We may check that out as well. It apparently in 2008 was ranked one of the best museums in Iceland, so it's got to be decent. Let's go check it out. Okay, now that we can actually see the top of the mountain, you can see the hike. So the hike ends basically right there, which kind of just dead ends, and then that's the rest of the mountain. So you do not go up very far at all. We made it to the brewery. Most of the seats outside were taken since it was finally getting really nice outside, so we just picked a seat inside and grabbed some beer. And then this is the snacks menu that they have. We are doing the taste of the West Fjords, which is kind of a taste of a bunch of different stuff. Okay, so we did 2 tasters and then the sample platter of some food, and it was $58 US for 2 tasters and a little bit of food. So this is probably the first time we've really eaten out. We've kind of been stopping at grocery stores and just getting snacks. So $58 for 2 tasters and a little snack is a little bit more expensive than the US. So my tasters, I did one that's made with seaweed. That should be interesting. A sour, that's we believe a rhubarb sour, a barley one, and then a stout. I'll let you know what I think after I try them.
So I did their lager, their session IPA, their California common, and then their IPA. So
Okay.
I will let you know how they are after this. I think I have to start with the IPA just to give it the... Ooh, that's pretty smooth.
It's a good IPA.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This is lactose-free cheese. This is dried fish. I will note where they're from below. And then this one is sheep jerky. Apparently Poppy's gonna show you as well. And then this is chocolate. Let's try it. Try the dried fish first. It's very dried. The taste changes a lot. It's fishy. It's a little salty. It's very hard. Sorry, just that. It's very hard. It tastes fishier as it goes along. In the very beginning, it kind of just tasted like styrofoam. I'd go for normal jerky first, probably. What are you going for?
Dried fish. Try to do a faster review. It tastes like dried fish. It's a little sweet, actually.
I was trying to come up with what kind of fish it tasted like cod or halibut. Cod. What's your thoughts on it? You just said it tasted like fish.
It's fine. It's got a lingering fish taste afterwards, so if you don't like fishy flavor, you won't like this. But you have to try it when you come to Iceland because it's one of the things you have to try.
Okay, let's try the cheese. Oh, that's really good cheese. It's also lactose free, so it's even better for me. There's 2, so let's try the other one. This one looks like it has pepper on it. You can try the cheese, Beth. It's the same kind of cheese, just this one has pepper on it. Where this one has like maybe paprika. It's very subtle on this one. Cheese good.
Pappy?
I got pepper in my throat. I got pepper in the back of my throat.
So Emma was saying this is paprika. This is chili pepper.
It's really subtle though.
It's subtle. But if you look at it, it's chili pepper.
And what did you say the cheese was more like?
Like pepper jack. It's kind of the way I would compare it to.
Or like a Gouda, honestly.
It's a Gouda, but flavored like a pepper jack.
Yeah.
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah. Okay, so there was butter on the side and I wasn't sure what it was for. Apparently you put the butter on the dried fish. So let's try it now. That's better. Makes it a little smoother. Yeah, sure. Boop.
We can only do one at a time. Are you cheating?
Let's try the jerky. The jerky's really good. I would say cheese and jerky favorite, then the fish. I'm sure the chocolate's delicious too. But the jerky's really tasty.
You have 3 different chocolates.
There's a white chocolate, a milk chocolate, and a dark chocolate. So we'll have to share it. This is good though, I like this. Okay, now let's try the chocolate quick. That's a very good milk chocolate, very smooth. White chocolate's not my favorite. Ooh, it's got a berry. I'm stealing that piece. There's a cranberry in there. Kind of cuts the very sweetness of a white chocolate. Dark chocolate, I think it has a raisin. Let's try. Raisin. Dark chocolate's good. It's not a very dark chocolate, but those are good chocolates. Okay, first off, the day cleared up. It is insanely beautiful. I wish it had been like this earlier. It's absolutely amazing.
It's a cool old truck right there.
There it is, they just saw it. Okay, so we just finished up the brewery. Jack, instant analysis.
It's good. It's a must stop. They have a bunch of different types of beer, so you can pretty much find anything you like. They also have wine. They also have sodas.
Happy, hold my hand.
And little snacks. You can order onion rings with french fries, which is a weird mix to order together, but that's fine. Definitely, if you're here, stop at the brewery if you like beer. Support them.
Especially if you don't really have anything planned for the day.
I mean, look at the view from outside.
Yeah, I mean, it's packed, and this view is, especially once the clouds lifted, absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah. What we figured out is in Iceland, it's the views. It's kind of like Alaska. It's kind of like Norway. Honestly, rent a car, walk around the city. That's what we're going to do. That's what we've been doing.
We wanted to rent a car today, but sorry, I'm short. We wanted to rent a car today, but by the time we had looked, which honestly was still several months before this trip, everything was booked up. So we weren't able to rent a car. If you had a car, there's a lot of fun stuff to do outside of the city, but we didn't have one, so it ended up just walking around the city. I'm so happy the sun came out. It is turning out to be an absolutely gorgeous day. Now, if you had a car, an amazing day trip would have been a waterfall that's approximately 35 miles from town. It's a very impressive waterfall. I will note the name below because I do not want to butcher it. And the falls are about 98 feet or 30 meters wide at the top, but they double in width at the bottom at about 330 feet or 100 meters tall. It looks really impressive. We talked to some people that did it and they said it was absolutely beautiful. It was a cute town, great to walk around. If you are able, I would say do the little hike, even though it doesn't take you too far up the mountain, but definitely another good option. And then there's some museums. Now that we finished our beer, we're gonna go head to one of those museums for right now. Let's go. Okay, this mountain is so much bigger than I thought it was gonna be now that all of the clouds have officially lifted. It is beautiful. And so the brewery is right there. We were basically walking just a little bit down this road and right over here to the museum to go check that out. The views here are absolutely spectacular. Now that it's, I mean, come on, that is just
stunning.
Like I said, if we had a car, this is a fantastic place to do outdoor activities. It's a great stop that's known for its skiing, hiking, kayaking, as well as bird watching. So we were going to check out the West Fjords Heritage Museum. It is a great place to learn about the history and the culture of the West Fjords region. It is housed in one of the oldest buildings in Iceland. I'll note the area below. This area is home to the country's most extensive body of old timber-framed houses constructed in the 18th century by foreign traders. Let's take a look at some of the things that this museum had. I found the seamen's clothes to be very interesting. They were usually made from animal skins, and this one, the jacket, was sheepskin and the pants were from cow or horse, while the shoes were leather, but whale skin was also very common. Before the 18th and 19th century, when hats were imported into Iceland, they would use skin hoods. They also wore two-thumbed woolen gloves, and the clothes were usually greased with cod or skate liver to keep them smooth. Some of the fishermen still use the animal skin clothes till the 1950s. These are like a ladder. Now, one big thing to note about this museum, if you have mobility issues, you're not going to be able to go into most of it because the stairs to get up are extremely steep. Now, I'm not going to bore you with every inch of this museum. I'll just show you a few highlights. The museum itself is a total of 4 floors, but the 4th floor is probably the most unique and interesting out of all of them, but also the least accessible out of all of them. I'll show it to you in a minute. Let's head up to the 3rd floor, which is probably the last floor that everybody's going to really check out.
Well, this is a cool room. Accordions have so much detail.
So there's a total of 3 stairs, this being the last one. Jack could not fit with his backpack up, so I'm gonna go up. It's definitely a tight squeeze. And it's like a full-on ladder. Oh yeah, my head's touching. Definitely have to be like basically almost child size to fit up here. And then when you do get up, it's a nice little viewpoint. Let's check it out. Definitely some spectacular views from up here. Okay, once you get up here, it's definitely tight. This is definitely a one person at a time kind of thing. And then you basically have 4 windows that you can look out of and get a little panoramic view. But definitely very tight once you're up here. Okay, let's try and hit back down. And this right here is why you cannot have a backpack on and need one person at a time, because literally there is not much space at all. Granted, I am 5 foot and barely 100 pounds, and this is literally how close I'm getting. Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna sit down and then go down. Definitely not the most attractive shot, but this kind of gives you an idea for how tight it really is. My back is touching the stairs, and that's how much clearance I have. And then these are just the normal stairs that you use to get to each floor. Okay, so how much was the museum?
$15 a person.
Okay.
Kids are free.
Kids are free. What'd you think of it?
It's kind of cool.
It was interesting. It was definitely small, and if you have mobility issues, definitely not the museum for you because you can only see the 1st floor.
I've been on ladders that more inclined staircases.
And it technically is 3 floors, but the 3rd floor, you gotta be able to see it. right there is the third floor.
No, it's not the
Yes,
third.
it is. That's the third.
observation above the third floor. Emma's
You
wrong.
have to be small to get up there, let's just say. Okay, fine. Jack was correct. I forgot that there was a third floor that had some musical instruments and stuff in it. So that is the fourth floor, which is just the observation thing, which I was the only one that was able to make it up to that. Yes, you are correct, Jack. You were correct. And I wish the sun had come out earlier because it is so pretty here. But I think we have to get back on the ship because I booked a last minute massage.
Yep.
And I think this little lady just is kind of done and kind of just needs a nap. So let's head back onto the ship. This view is just outside of the museum that we were just in. Absolutely gorgeous. Sorry if it's a little shaky. I'm trying to hold Poppy's hand at the same time.
Alright, so you should never shush anyone, but apparently you should shush Diana. They named the ship. So I don't know what Diana said, but she got shushed.
This is the ship that we're in port with today.
Shh, Diana.
Shh, Diana.
Cool.
It does look cool.
It's an expedition ship. I believe it is.
Well, it's got zodiacs and stuff off the back, and it's got the like access to get straight off, so it definitely looks like it. It also has a pool on the top. It looks really nice. There's a lot of balconies off the side, but shh, Diana. She moves in the shadows, this one. Okay, that was not visible at all when we first arrived. That was covered in clouds. It is absolutely spectacular on this side and this side. I mean, it became a completely different port from when we first pulled in. Wait a second. Is that an airport right there? Depending on what ship you're actually on, you actually may be at a higher viewpoint than this little hike that goes right here.
I don't think that.
You don't think so?
No.
I mean, they're pretty close.
No, they're not. Visually, you may think they are. They're not anywhere close.
How much higher do you think that is?
These double?
Double?
Oh, yeah. There's only 18 decks on this ship.
I mean, and we're on 16, but like,
Yes.
okay, so maybe you get a little bit higher, but not so much so. But it turned out to be an absolutely beautiful day, I have to say. And now we're back on the ship. I'm gonna go get a massage. Little Miss Poppy's going to take a nap. He's probably gonna take a nap too. And we'll see you later. We have a specialty dining tonight for dinner, so we will catch you then. Before my massage, I was hungry since we really didn't eat very much, so I stopped over at the Food Emporium to grab some Indian food, and it was delicious. And the massage was extremely relaxing. Then we got dressed up for dinner and headed over to Food Republic, which is one of the specialty dinners, and the views from in here were absolutely beautiful. Slides right here. Okay, Doug, cut it. Poppy, ready? Whoa, your fave. So that was the pot stickers, and this is the kimchi fried rice. Wonton tacos. There we go, we were right. Had to look it up. So your menu is on an iPad, and you order it through there. They're just like sheep, goats, chilling at on the shore there. These are California rolls. Oh, the wasabi's so pretty. And ginger. We ordered a few other things from Food Republic and kind of got distracted on filming. If you've never done Food Republic before, it's kind of like small shareable plates and everything is really good. Honestly, I feel like Food Republic is one that's not spoken about enough and should be because it's very, very tasty. And just like that, it was time to leave Isafjordur and off to our next destination. We will see you next time for Reykjavik. This is the end of our trip on the ship, at least, and we'll be exploring Reykjavik. We'll be trying some food, then some beer, then some more food, then some wine before heading over to a museum. We've got an action-packed day, so till next time, get out and live a little. Bye, guys.